Welcome back to the Burning Empowerment of Your Soul blog series. See, I'm fired up to get started today because we're talking about a story that perfectly illustrates turning an impossible grind into a realistic, fueled by faith. Before we dive in, I need you to smash the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and join our family of empowered souls, because this isn't just a blog, but it's just a movement. This is encouraging one another to stay on course. Our email, empoweryoursoulblogseries@gmail.com, and on YouTube at Burning Empowerment of Your Soul, and on Facebook, Empower Your Soul, and also our website, www.burningempowermentofyoursoul.com. See, what if? I need you to think this through. What if I told you a guy was pushing that squeaky mail cart through a hospital basement at 4:45 a.m. This guy was secretly building a six-figure tech career. That while he was struggling 4 part-time jobs, 19 college credits, and a bank account that was flat out joke. He wasn't at his end of his rope, but see it in the basement. A voice hit his spirit. It was a quiet voice, but it roared that you're not in a basement, you're in a boot camp for your destiny. If you are running on empty, if you are wondering if your grind will ever be greater than your bills, you need to hear this story. This is about a mail clerk turned remote tech genius in a 6-figure salary with a computer science degree. Without a hookup, and without ever trading his faith for his fast pace. We're going to break down how he did it and how you can too. Get something down to write with and tell the voice of doubt to shut up, and let's get to work. Remember our chant, grind today and shine tomorrow. Yes, his backstory wasn't a fairy tale. His mother raised 3 kids on a receptionist salary in a town with more cows than opportunities. College wasn't an education. It was a price tag that he couldn't afford. So he fought for it. He pieced together scholarships, signed up for the National Guard, and took every brutal job on campus that he could have. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sorting mail from 5 to 10 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday nights at security desk. Saturday, unloading trucks at Target. Sunday, military drills. People on social media call it a hustle. That makes it sound sexy. But let me tell you something. It's not sexy. It's the sweaty socks, paper cuts, and the smell of cafeteria grease that you can't wash off. It's a war mindset against the clock. Every single day, every morning, he had Galatians chapter 6 and 9 in his mind, on a sticky note, on the dashboard. And he didn't just read it, he declared it. Do not grow weary in your doing well. Every morning, he kept reciting this portion in his journey. He said, do not grow weary in doing well, for in due season you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. If you faint not, in the King James Version. He held on to that promise like it was oxygen. The future for him, the him with bills on auto pay and a working dishwasher. That's what he envisioned. This needed him this his current journey to show up and to go to war every single day. Your breakthrough is one click away. One night, he's exhausted, face planted in macroeconomics textbooks, and he accidentally clicks on a video to learn SQL in 8 weeks. Double your income, double your salary. His hourly wage was a pathetic $7.45. He was living on ramen noodles and a prayer. He played what's in that ad back 3 times. His heart was pounding like a drum. The very next morning, he went to his supervisor and asked to swap his shift for a free coding meetup. She laughed in his face. turned to his supervisor. Computer stuff? You're a mail guy. That line could have was then pushed him and buried him, but instead it became rocket fuel. It welded itself into his soul. Prove her wrong, his mind said. He traded his shift, bribed another guy with his Saturday donut, and walked into a library with no clue, just a prayer. God, Proverbs 18:16 says a man's gift will make room for him. If this door is for me, kick it down and kick it wide open. For the next 6 months, his life wasn't glorious. Beautiful chaos, you would call it. 4 a.m. cardio, so he wouldn't fall asleep pushing that mail cart. 10:05 to 10:45, behind the loading dock, watching YouTube tutorials on his phone with a cracked screen. Classes from 3 to 6, homework from 7 to 10, and late into the night, it was his building dummies database, writing select statements until his eyes burned. You want his resource list? It was free. CS50X, Free Code Camp, and SQL Bolt, the Odin project. The cost was $0, but the belief was priceless. Every time his code broke, he had a mantra: patience, persistence, and praise. The hardest part wasn't the syntax, but it was in the believing that he was the one, that he, the mail guy, belonged in the same room as kids who grew up building computers. They were talking about Raspberry Pi. He was secretly Googling what that was, but every single week he raised his hand. Excuse me, can you explain APIs one more time? Your shame will never pay your bills, but your curiosity just might. Are you with me? Type it in the comments section. Grind today and shine tomorrow. Yes, after more than 40 applications, he got an email from a small healthcare startup. We like your hustle. Can you come in? He walked into his destiny wearing Goodwill slacks that were 2 inches too short and shoes from Walmart that he shined himself. They asked him about complex window functions. He looked them dead in the eye and said, I haven't mastered those yet, but I can master joins. And I learned faster than anyone you'll ever meet. 2 days later, his phone buzzed while he was sorting mail. It was then part-time data analyst, $22 an hour, flexible around his classes. He collapsed onto a stack of inter-office envelopes and cried so hard that the security guards had to ran over. Those weren't tears of sadness. That was the feeling of oxygen hitting your lungs for the first time. He quit the Target job that same day. One down, faith upgrade. Yes, it was the same insane schedule from another year, but now his night job was his future. Every query he wrote, every dashboard he built became another weapon in his arsenal. He read data blogs on Stairmasters. He automated inventory sheets. And for his National Guard unit, he was stacking small efforts repeatedly, day in and day out. 16 months later, degree in hand, he aimed his shot at a remote first company. The rejections piled up higher than the mail cart ever did. He used that as a push, but then one Thursday, a hiring manager in a hoodie didn't ask him textbook questions. He asked him about solving real problems. So he told him about the inventory dashboard, the revenue scripts, and the Python hack he built to save his fellow soldiers from mind-numbing data entry. The manager just grinned and said, that's initiative. It's exactly what we need. The offer was a $105,000 base salary, fully remote. He didn't negotiate, he levitated. His mom thought that he'd done something illegal, but It took him longer to explain cloud computing to his family than it took to get the job. But the tears of pride in their eyes said it all. It was finally harvest time in harvest season. Say it with me. Grind today and shine tomorrow. See, but faith isn't just for the good times. 3 weeks before he graduated, his car died. The repair cost was $1,800, and he had $400 to his name. Was it over? He walked into the empty campus chapel and laid it bare. God, I'm all out of options. If you want me to stay stuck, I'll praise you anyhow. But if you want me to move forward, you have to make a way. That very night, a forgotten bonus check from his National Guard hit the bank account. It was almost $1,800, exactly what he needed. Some people call that coincidence, but he called it God's grace. God will test your trust before he elevates your territory and gives you a breakthrough. So how do you do this? Here's the playbook. First, anchor your why before you anchor your what. 5 minutes of quiet with God every single morning isn't a task, but it's your steering wheel. Before you, open up your calendar, trust your Creator. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Second, dominate the day. Stop staring at the mountain. Conquer one stone at a time. One coding problem, one tutorial. In 6 months, he solved 180 problems, not by being a genius, but by being relentless. Third, go public with your process. Post your wins on Twitter. Post it in our comment section. Get your projects on GitHub. And put it out there that you're pushing to the limit. Dumb questions, there are none. Questions where people can see them. Let your light shine so that they can witness your glory. And so recruiters can find your trail someday. Fourth, use the free 99 plan. Here it is. 12-month battle plan. No excuses. Month 1 through 2, master Excel and basic SQL. His plan month 3 and 4, Python fundamentals and pandas. Month 5 and 6, basic statistics and hypothesis testing. Month 7 and 8, Tableau and data storytelling. Month 9 and 10, AWS and cloud basics. Month 11 and 12, get Markdown and build your portfolio. The only money he spent was in looking back, a $20 Udemy course on interview questions. Everything else is out there for the price of your own sweat. The real price of promotion. This wasn't free, but let's talk about the cost. First, you will battle the Pharaoh in your head, imposter syndrome. His first week in the 6-figure job, he was terrified. Everyone was fluent in cloud architecture. He was fluent in cafeteria schedules. So he adopted the posture of a learner. He asked senior engineers for coffee. He documented everything. Imposter syndrome isn't about saying I'll fake it till I make it, but it's the cannot survive in the presence of real value. Deliver results and it will flee. See, second, you have to protect your hardware. He gained 30 pounds eating break room donuts and sitting in chairs. See, your body is the temple that runs your brilliant software. He got a $30 pull-up bar and made a rule, 20 push-ups every time he code compiled. Fight for your health. Third, a grind that costs you the people that you love isn't success, but it's a trap. He put calls with his mom on his calendar, like an executive meeting. He had mandatory no laptop dates nights with his fiancée. Don't sacrifice your foundation. Don't sacrifice your foundation to call it success. And the purpose of the prize, why do it all? For yourself? No, it's bigger than that. He found a community of night shift nurses, single fathers, all grinding to learn code. They held each other accountable with what's in the 5 a.m. ritual meetings. When his father passed away, those strangers on the internet sent him grocery cards. Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Find your iron. The moment he crossed that 6-figure mark, he started a Saturday Zoom call to mentor 3 people from the old mailroom. 2 have already landed their first help desk jobs. God doesn't bless you to be a hoarder. He blesses you to be a blessing to someone else. Your ceiling must become someone else's floor. This is what it's all about. Grind today and shine tomorrow. Let's bring it all home. Bring it all together. From a $7.45 an hour mail clerk to a 6-figure remote engineer wasn't an accident. It was about applying consistent, daily effort fueled by unshakable faith in God. It was choosing to learn instead of complaining, choosing to believe in God's promises when his bank account screamed otherwise. Your today might feel like a basement, a kitchen, or a dead-end job, but God sees a launching pad. Your impossible is his testimony waiting to be written. If this story spoke to you, I put every single free resource that he used, plus his planner template, in a Google Drive folder for you. The link is in the description, so no catch. Download it, use it. Now I want you to drop a comment right now declaring one small step that you will take this week to keep grinding with faith. Keep believing when it makes no sense, because your harvest season is coming and it will show up wearing work clothes. He is the proof. Now go write your own story. I'll be in the comments cheering you on. Our email at empoweryoursoulblogseries@gmail.com, and on YouTube at Burning Empowerment of Your Soul, and on Facebook, Empower Your Soul, and also our website at www.burningempowermentofyoursoul.com. And until next week, take care of my family, take care of my friends, and I'll see you again next week, Monday at 12. God bless.